Hey everybody, I'm here with David again, and we're going to go over Chapter 2 of the Chakra Yoga Healing Manual. And David, you write that what we think affects our brain chemistry. Can you break that down?
According to research that's actually done 20 years ago and more, they discovered that the area of the brain around the hypothalamus. Hypothalamus is directly above the pituitary gland, and the pituitary gland is the master gland for the whole hormonal system. All the other endocrine glands respond to its commands, so it's called the command center. And what they found is that in the hypothalamus above it is working with energy waves, which essentially are our thoughts, are energy waves. And the waves are put into chemical formulas. In quantum physics, this is obvious because reality is made of waves of possibilities. So this is where the waves of possibilities, which are your thoughts, get woven into the atoms and molecules that become your brain chemistry, directly going into the pituitary gland, and then all of the hormones of your body are responding to that. So your thoughts, positive or negative, are immediately influencing what's happening every minute of your day. So when you're in a positive state, you practice yoga and you breathe and you're feeling good and happy, your brain chemistry is in a good place, your body chemistry, your hormones are all working well. When you go down into a worrisome, fearsome place because of what's happening with whatever it is, viruses and disease possibilities, and worry and fear really change the chemistry in the brain. When there's an emotional content to the thought, it's incredibly powerful. What we feel as emotional feelings are essentially our body chemistry. Mm-hmm. And this was researched by Dr. Candace Pert 20 years ago, a groundbreaking book that shows, and again, further research has confirmed this whole thing, the connection between our brain and our body, the thoughts and our chemistry. It's all there.
And we can even test it out on each other, like you said, when you get stressed out or you're not feeling good, literally your sympathetic nervous system turns on and we go into fight or flight and we shut off our immunity. But then when we're calm, cool, collected, and we're happy, our immunity is boosted, we get things done, we're motivated. So yeah, you can see when you get stressed out, your body literally breaks down.
I think more and more people are becoming conscious of
that. Yeah.
The medical association, in fact, knows at this point that if you are in a situation of stress, it can contribute to the creation of a lot of different diseases.
Yeah.
It's not a secret or a mystery anymore. The connection of thought, emotion, stress, and disease or health. It's all becoming a new reality of what's happening.
So it's really important that what we think affects our body chemistry. So we have to start becoming more aware of how we think. And this goes to the question of, you wrote that the first step of really understanding that chemistry and biology within ourselves is to understand ourselves so that we can heal properly. And can you describe what you mean by that? People are just taking pills to fix themselves, but why do we have to learn more about ourselves to heal, to do inner healing and outer healing?
Knowing ourselves and how this mind-body connection is working within us is a big part of it. And people who've had a lot of negative experiences, a lot of trauma in their childhood, or they're in a stressful day job, whatever it is, it's affecting what's happening all the time. And if you take a little bit of time to sit and observe whether you're calm or whether your mind is frantically trying to do something or worried about something, or emotionally you're feeling, how are you feeling? Are you feeling calm? Are you feeling peaceful and happy? Or are you feeling a little bit like anxious and something's going to happen or whatever. All of these are really important things to know. And you have to become aware of how these things are inside you before you can do anything about it. And if we keep ourselves really busy because we're watching TV and listening to music and talking, so taking the time for self-observation. When you're sitting under a tree, is your mind still racing? Or do you feel as peaceful as the tree? The tree doesn't have a racing mind. Okay? So it's just there, connected to the earth, connected to the heavens, and just is. And this is an excellent place to sit and just breathe and feel and be, meditate. Again, remember we talked about breathing before? The tree is also taking your carbon dioxide and giving you back oxygen. So we have this connection with the trees that we've gotten so far away from. Not many people have trees in their backyard anymore.
Or in
don't
their
have
house.
backyards.
No people have backyards anymore. And
We're just piling ourselves one on top of the other, getting further and further away from Mother Nature. That's disconnection is really not healthy, and it's more stressful. And you get back down to the earth, to the roots, to the tree, and be there, and try it out, test it out, and sit under a tree and just breathe deep and feel. And you'll feel that's quite different from being in a little concrete box up in a high-rise someplace.
Yeah. I think if people admit that to each other as well, there's a lot of people that escape to go, I usually live in California and we go to Yosemite and all of a sudden we get into Yosemite and we're like, we can breathe deeper and we're so excited to be in nature, but we barely even give ourselves the time to take a weekend and do that. And I feel like we weren't taught to do that. Everyone's pressured to do more work. You have to work over the weekend. You only get 2 weeks off a year to go do whatever the hell you want. And then by that time you're exhausted anyways. So in this,
you can't slow down enough to enjoy where you are if you're in nature. You're still thinking about your office job and time limit because you have a short holiday. But back on that note, disconnection with nature, even from the oxygen level. I don't know if we talked about this last time. We're in a room right now. Last time we were outside. In this room, the windows are all closed. There's an air conditioner that recycles the air within the room to cool it off. I forgot to turn it off, so maybe it's going to be too noisy. We'll see. I can use noise cancellation to take it down. Anyway, because we're both in here and we're breathing, if we're in here for 12 hours or overnight, breathing the same air, and our body is extracting the oxygen from the air and putting carbon dioxide in. If you were to measure the amount of oxygen left after 12 hours, it'd be very little. If any at all.
Talk about that.
Yeah. So we've created this civilized technology where we all live in little boxes and there's a bunch of people in an office or even in your bedroom, you're sleeping there for hours and you don't have a window open. This symbiotic connection we have with the trees and with nature is completely missing. We're in a synthetic little box.
And we forget. We just forget about it.
Until we forget. And we don't, I still feel tired. I slept a lot. I'm still tired. Don't feel so good. And I mean, it's negative. It's detrimental to our health to be living in this lifestyle. But this is what everyone's doing. And everyone has some kind of a health issue. And now the threat of a virus comes around and everybody's in a panic and worried because they realize, I really don't have a defense system. I don't know.
Yeah, we don't even know how powerful we are.
We don't know how the immune system works, and this is a missing link in our education. We know more about how our computers work than we do about our own minds and our body. I've got a heart that's pumping, a stomach that digests food, and anything else?
Yeah.
I mean, the whole system is miraculous. I mean, the autoimmune system, if you know how amazing it is, how capable, when you think about a virus, and you just gotta laugh. Come on.
That's true. We'll be fine.
Yeah. But they don't teach us that. But the public media is promoting the fear of this virus thing. hide from the virus instead of, hey, don't worry about it.
Yeah. If we
We're
only knew how
designed.
strong we were. Yeah, we're designed, we're so strong. There's two questions that come out of this that I wanted to talk about. One is how this correlates with Swadhisthana chakra. This whole chapter is on Swadhisthana chakra, the second chakra, water elements, sacral center, and it has to do with social elements, being influenced by social elements, and how it affects us. And then, help me not forget, the second question is how powerful we are and how we can, our biology and our own vibration reflects the consciousness or activates by the consciousness that is viewing it or observing it. So we actually have more control over ourselves and our outer environment than we realize, because if we're viewing it, we have control over it.
Yeah,
I know there's a lot.
if we are in control of what we are thinking, and this is where the social element, where do your thoughts come from? If everybody around you is talking about the number of people dying from the coronavirus, or the number of people having this disease or that disease, this is what your mind is thinking. When you're thinking this, go back to the brain chemistry, as you're thinking this, you're creating possibilities in your brain chemistry, which affects your body chemistry. And this is not your thoughts. You're not having positive, blissful thoughts. You're just picking up these worries and fears from society, and it's coming at you full force. We're being inundated with the negative side of disease, and no one is, well, there's a few doctors who are out there saying, hey, come on, we've got an immune system, we need to pick it up. We need to contact the virus and create antibodies for it, and then we're fine. And these are medical doctors who are awake enough to say this, but the public media is pushing the fear syndrome. And the fears, again, going back into the negative states. And we're not getting it from us. It's coming from the outside.
Yeah. And people are being punished for speaking out.
Yeah.
Like, so what a weird situation to be put in.
Yeah.
So being influenced by other people, so it's really important who you decide to be around. And then
to educate yourself and build up your own confidence in how your system works. And then, as I have in this book, the Chakra Yoga Healing Manual, it's about how to heal, how to know how your body heals, and then pass that on, teaching other people, so that more and more people are aware of how healthy we can be, and we can simply be immune to virtually all these diseases, which the Medical Association and Big Pharma is happy to have, because this is their livelihood, but we need to take the responsibility, and it doesn't just take a pill and you're all better, because you have to breathe, you have to get up in the morning, move and activate your whole being, your autoimmune system, which that was one of your questions that we talked about, is the fluid nature of our body. We're mostly liquid, and the lymphatic fluid, which is connected to the lymphocytes, which are white blood cells, they are circulating all the time in this lymphatic fluid. And when we're just sitting a long period of time, the lymphatic fluid doesn't circulate. We're designed to be moving beings, and we've stepped out of that to sit all day and just move our fingers, which is, again, not a healthy situation. So as soon as we start doing some deep breathing, the deep breathing moves everything inside, because your diaphragm is going up and down, your ribs are going out, so you're getting this lymphatic fluid and better circulation of the blood. And then when you move your body, you're getting that circulation going everywhere in your body. As it's circulating, the lymphatic fluid goes through the lymph nodes. And the lymph nodes are the scanning points where there's white blood cells in there, there's systems analysis happening in there that looks at all the lymphatic fluid, anything that's in there, if there's any virus detected, ding, a little alarm goes off, it puts out neuropeptides that trigger the rest of the autoimmune system. What's this? Figure it out. And the intelligence is amazing in that it will send these signals back and forth and figure out the molecular structure of the virus and create a molecule that can disassemble the molecule of the virus and stop it in its tracks. This is amazing
Thus, we have
technology. And it's built right into us. The program is there, but we have to support it with our belief system. As soon as you fear and worry, that doesn't happen. It happens when you're in a positive state, when you're happy and you're feeling good. So by shutting down the world and putting everyone globally into a situation of fear, you're propagating the possibility of this virus going everywhere.
So what can we say to someone that's watching this, but they are stuck in the United States and they are filled with fear, and but they hear you and they want to take the next step towards empowering themselves? What can they do? And one of the things is the chapters of this book, which you're going through, which is chapter 1, is simply by breathing deeper. And then now chapter an oxygen intake. And chapter 2 is about keeping yourself in a positive headspace, being careful what you decide to digest, moving, eating healthy. I'm sure that goes with the first chakra, the first chapter, and really focusing on what we think affects our body chemistry. Is what else can they do? Do you recommend any books to read, any videos to watch other than yours? How can we start empowering ourselves to take hold of this?
Well, we're in an age of videos rather than books. The books are there maybe, but there's a lot of information online by let's say Dr. Bruce Lipton, for instance, or Deepak Chopra, or various others, great medical doctors. So from the scientific world, look at what's happening, what has been discovered, and I've seen quite a few videos that have been forwarded to me in the last month or so about the positive side of how the immune system works. And I actually put one out that comes from our immune research center in the States about step by step how your immune system battles off and figures out viruses. And look at this instead of looking at every day reading how many people died here or there. And people are dying anyway. And there's a lot of misdiagnosis. And the doctors in the States, I don't know if you saw that video, they're being pressured, if someone dies, to include coronavirus as one of the possibilities, one of the causes, which they're being told to include this, whether there's test results for that or not, or showing that or not. That's kind of ridiculous.
Talk about social
numbers,
influence.
So the numbers are being kind of tampered with. And become aware of that, and become aware of what's actually happening with this. And many doctors are saying and pointing out that the statistics with people dying, people getting sick, are no different than any other year or any other virus. It's really just the same thing. Same numbers, but if the numbers are not being tampered with, it's really the same. And most people, 90% of the people, have a little cold symptoms, a little flu, and then it's over. And that's the big deal. So focus on that rather than listening to the news. Oh, so many people have died in this area. It's not actually true that they died of the virus anyway. So open yourselves, look at the positive side of how we are capable. Again, the missing link in our information, in our educational system, is understanding how we work. And then you mentioned breathing, and we talked about this before. When you feel fear and doubt and anxiety, go and sit under that tree that I talked about and just do some deep breathing. The tree doesn't have any fear. It's just whatever, it's there. And it's connected, and it's exchanging your carbon dioxide for oxygen. Again, outside. Go wherever you find trees and something green and nature, and just feel the peacefulness of all this